welcome to Four Faces. Today we're going to talk about Amber Alert. Have you ever wondered, what's the reason for my phone to activate, to ring? Ain't that something? Have you ever wondered, what's the criteria? I mean, in general, we know that, okay, it rings, it activates when a child is missing. I mean, we got that, right? But there's anything else that goes into that. Is there any type of criteria? Well, here on Four Faces, that's what we're going to talk about. So let's do it. So, what are the guidelines and the criteria? You got to understand that every state had their own guidelines. So the guidelines I give you here are just the national overall guidelines that pretty much every state will follow. And here they are. There is a reasonable belief by law enforcement that the abduction has occurred. In other words, they have to believe that something happened, right? That there was actual abduction and the child just didn't just run away from home. The next thing is that the law enforcement agent believes that the child is in imminent danger of seriously bodily injury or death, right? It got to be something in which they feel that this child could possibly die, right? Obviously, and that's something obviously nobody wants to happen. And another criteria would be there's enough description information about the victim and the abduction for the law enforcement to issue Amber Alert to assist the recovery of the child. So it can't be vague information, right? There have to be something substantial that the law enforcement can go off and can utilize in order to find the missing child. All right. Another thing would be the abduction of the child have to be 17 years or younger. So if you're 21, 18 years old, you got that 3-day rule. Missing for 3 days, then they go looking for you. At least in most states, it's like that. But for Amber Alert, age is 17 younger. And one of the last criteria is the child name and other critical data elements, including the child abduction flag, have been entered into the National Crime Information Center. Now, in other words, all of the information, all the data that you have pertaining to the child have to be entered into the system. After all this is done, if all criteria are met, this information is then broadcast through an Amber Alert, which obviously you receive on your phone. So it's very important, extremely important that you look at your phone, because you never know. You might be in an area where this child had been abducted at. Think about it, right? Even if the child was taken away, let's say like in California, and you happen to live in Illinois, who's to say that the person that abducted the child will not travel across state lines? It's possible. This is why we have the Amber Alert system. All right, so help us out. Help everyone out. Help yourself, right? Help out, because you never know what the situation is. This happens all the time. Kids are abducted it's sad to say this, for things that are really unimaginable. Some kids are abducted for slavery, sex slaves. Some are abducted and taken to other countries. I mean, the list goes on. I'm pretty sure everybody read about it in the news or heard it in the media or somewhere on a social media platform. It's horrible. It's horrendous. We need to do something about it. Let's be proactive. This is Four Faces. I hope the information I gave you will give you some idea to understand why we have the Amber Alert system, and understand the importance of it. And understand that it's just not, that the criteria that they set is there. It's there so you can believe in what they're doing. It's there to help out another child that might be right now as we speak, might right now be sold off to maybe sex slave, might be sold to another country. Who knows? Some children I don't want to say this, but this is a fact. Some kids' organs are actually taken from them. Keep this in mind. So next time you hear Amber Alert, look at it, see if if it got anything to do with you in your neighborhood, your area. Maybe you might know the person or the car, serial plate, whatever it may be, and let's help out. There's Four Faces. Until next time, we'll talk.